It looks like it's shaping up to be a real internet election. You know, in 2011, people said it would be an internet election. The same thing in 2015, but it didn't play out that way. Mass rallies, walkabouts, the mainstream media still dominated the way news got to the audience. But COVID-19 has really changed all of that. And you see parties and politicians having to get creative in the way they're communicating with the audience. So yesterday you saw PM delivering a major message, almost like he was speaking at the Fullerton rally that they used to have. But he was speaking directly into the camera, addressing the audience, face up. Then you had the Workers' Party doing their hammer show for the first time. Several of them, hosted by Pritam Singh and Sylvia Lim, engaging the audience, again, one-on-one. Dr. Chi also did the same, speaking almost as though he was in people's living rooms. So the message is getting through in a very different sort of way. Then you see a lot of videos and memes, some funny, some mocking, some facetious, but in that way, it's also shaping issues, it's shaping the way people perceive politicians and their policies. So that's an internet election. Whether it makes for better engagement with the audience and better understanding of the issues is a different question altogether. So it makes it harder in a sense for everybody to get a good handle on what the key issues are. And that's where we come in. We are going down to the ground with our folks to gather inputs, to get a sense of what's on people's minds. And so far it seems to be a few big topics. Jobs, obviously. Will I have a job today, tomorrow, going forward? Will I have to take wage cuts? If you're a young person, it's a hard market to find a job in. So that seems to be something on people's minds, and that has been the PAP's main theme so far. Jobs, jobs, jobs. On the other side, it's also a time where people are worried about the future. So it becomes natural for them to bring up issues of foreigners, immigration, integration of the foreigners, retrenchment benefits, inequalities. Those are very old, long-standing issues which have been dormant beneath the surface, which are starting to emerge at the surface right now. And you see parties starting to lock horns on those big issues. So we will be keeping track of those issues to see how they play out over the next few days. Why it matters is because the PAP's central platform here is that this is a crisis election, that you really need to figure out who is it you want to lead us through this crisis. It's about your jobs, your lives, your future. And the opposition is taking quite a different line. They're saying that, yes, it is a crisis, the PAP wants a strong mandate, but that doesn't mean you need to give them a blank check. So you need checks and balances in Parliament, and therefore you need to vote for the opposition. And this is a recurring theme in Singapore politics. If you go back to the Chiam See Tong by-election strategy, or the Low Tia Kang idea that you needed a co-driver in the bus. Some people will say having two drivers will probably mean you end up in a ditch. Others will say no, it might be better because it might help you navigate where you want to go. So where the balance of sentiments ends up on that central issue, strong government or checks and balances, I think will be a critical issue in determining the outcome of this election.